So Matt, a 3-1 defeat to Huddersfield, what are your thoughts on that?
First half an hour, the game just started to go away from us. Too many moments within it went in their favour as opposed to ours. It's almost death by a thousand cuts in relation to that. But then it still needs a blow like the set piece or the second goal to make us feel worse about ourselves than we were doing. We just didn't get to the action areas often enough and come out on top often enough in relation to where the ball was. And then when we did get it to feet, which wasn't often in that first half, we just didn't string one or two passes together. We had no element of control really in that first half, and then the 2 goals really compound that. And you're looking for reaction in the second half. It came too late, and only when we made the changes from the bench.
So you mentioned the first goal there. Was the frustration that there wasn't a quick reaction after the first goal? You concede the second, then it starts to get away from you.
Yeah, there's different ways to react. Everyone wants to go up the other end and score a goal straight away. The best way to react is to keep doing your job, staying responsible, keep working hard, keep running hard, keep understanding the moments of the game which were needed. The second goal's a good finish, but it's too soft from our point of view. And then the third goal is incredibly poor moment, and that put the game probably out of reach of us. But if Lino's chance goes in and Willow gets a penalty that he deserved, then 3-2 with 20 minutes left is a different scoreline.
So it was the main frustration then that you weren't able to get a foothold in the game after the first goal between that and the third?
No. It was the first half an hour, like I say, just moment after moment just went against us. And we just never had a period of us in the game. It was just Huddersfield. Without the scoreline changing and without Josh being overworked, it just felt like they were starting to pin us back, starting to get there first, starting to get field position, starting to get to the ball and start to dominate the space. But the scoreline was still okay. We defend that set piece, and like I say, it's a totally different moment, but it's not at the moment because, like I say, it all went towards that moment. We'd almost been jabbed, and then a couple of knockout blows really came, and we failed to recover until we made the changes.
Did it feel similar to the Peterborough game in that then, that you've gone 3-0 down?
It did. We didn't get the second on the back of a missed chance and, like I say, a penalty appeal which could have been so different, but we looked like we had a bit of brightness about us, a better mentality towards it. The ball was landing to us as much as to them. They were still a threat. They've still got quality players, so we have to understand that. But it just felt like we had a bit more zip and maybe a change of pace about us, which we certainly didn't seem to have in that first half.
You know, looking ahead to Tuesday, what are your thoughts before that game?
We need to win that game. We win that game. We've won 3 out of 4 in the league, but that's an if at the moment. We have to make it happen. It's a home game against Shrewsbury where, we've got to put our best out there from minute one, and not think too much about any situation at all, and just play football and just get to the ball and be tough and hard to beat. I imagine we might lose a couple out of the starting or squad today physically with where they're at, so the way the bench impact it was a massive one going into Tuesday, and the rest of them have just got to find a way to pick themselves back up and put a massive physical effort out there on Tuesday.
A final one for me. Isaac gets his first goal for the club. Is that a big moment for him?
Yeah, I hope so. Hope it's a start for Isaac. Put him in a slightly different position to maybe he's used to, on the outside of the pitch as opposed to the inside, and he was able to use a little bit more space and opportunity in relation to that, and it was a good finish as well. Like I said, we'd have loved to follow out with Lino as one, or the Willow incident, just to make them more nervous than they were. With 2-goal buffer, they generally stayed comfortable, and the whole atmosphere stayed comfortable. That could have gone down the Peterborough route, but the 3 against us is still the biggest issue.